Hi guys, good morning. This is the second video on verb. I will discuss some remaining parts of the verbs in this video. First of all, I will focus on those facts which are always hidden from the mind of a common students. As we talk about helping verbs or auxiliary verbs in English grammar. Do we ever think about why 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 do we use auxiliary verbs in the sentence? Why? For your kindest information, I want to introduce you. Why do we use helping verb in the sentence? In case of interrogative sentences, we use helping verbs either at the very beginning of the sentence or at the very middle of the sentence. Why do we use? So this is the question here. If we are going to use a helping verb at the very beginning of the sentence, and if we are using a helping verb at the middle of the sentence, here we want to focus on these facts. Why do we use these helping verbs either at the beginning of the sentence or in the middle of the sentence? Why do we use them? This is the question. First of all, in English grammar, there is a law of conversion. Law of inversion. Law of inversion refers to those facts as why do we use helping verbs after an adverb in the sentence. It is often seen that if we start a sentence with an adverb, then it would be necessary to take a helping verb. If we uses a comma after the adverb, there would be no need to apply an helping verb in the sentence. Our sentence would give its clear meaning and it would be right. If we doesn't apply a comma after an adverb in the sentence would be wrong. So either we can apply a comma after an adverb in the sentence, or we can apply a helping verb or auxiliary verb in the sentence to make it clear. So, the use of helping verbs in case of interrogative sentences are used according to the demand of the adverb in the sentence. Adverb. If we talk about adverb, we have told you about different variants of adverbs in the sentence. Adverb time, adverb of reason, adverb of manner, adverb of affirmation, negation. So, if we start a sentence with an adverb, then we would have to apply a helping verb just after the used adverb in the sentence. If we talk about a sentence, why did he go to school? Why did he? After why, we have used did. Why? Why did we use did in this sentence? Because why is working as an adverb in the sentence. Why? Why did he go to school? Its answer will not be a noun or a pronoun. Its answer will be an adverb of reason. So, if we start a sentence with why, where, when, how, these are the interrogative words, and these words work as an adverb in the sentence. Why? Here why refers to adverb of reason. When. Here when refers to adverb of time. Where. Here where refers to adverb of place. How. Here how refers to adverb of manner. If we make a close study of all these adverbs, the result will come that all these words work as an adverb in the sentence. So, if we start any type of sentence or we start any sentence with these verbs, these words, it is necessary for us to apply a helping verb just after it. So, inversion in English grammar demands a helping verb just after an adverb. So it is very clear here. Why do we use a helping verb in the sentence? Just in order to authenticate the rule of inversion in English grammar. And law of inversion demands a helping verb just after the used adverb in the sentence. So, if we say when he goes to school, the sentence is wrong. When he goes to school, this is the interrogative word, interrogative sentence, and it demands an answer. And its answer will not be a noun or pronoun. Its answer will be adverb of time. The correct sentence is when does he go to school? When does he go to school? Here we are using a helping verb does. Why? Here the use of does is demanded by an adverb which is being used just before the helping verb. In case of law of inversion in English grammar, law of inversion demands a helping verb just after an adverb used in the sentence. So, whenever anybody asks this question, why do we use helping verb in the sentence? So, in case of interrogative sentences, helping verbs come just after an adverb. Next example, we cannot say where he reads. Where he reads, we cannot say. Where does he read? Now sentence is grammatically clear, right? Because if I say where he does read, the question is, this answer is not in an interrogative form. This is wrong. If I say where does he read, this is right. This is a right sentence. Because when we talk about where, why, how, when, so in such cases we would have to apply an auxiliary verb or helping verb just after their uses. So, why, when, where, these are adverbs. And adverbs always demand a helping verb. As I say, no sooner did he reach the station. No sooner. Here, no sooner is working as an adverb in the sentence. So, adverbs always demand a helping verb. So, when we talk about the linking verbs in English grammar, linking verbs always demand extra information. They give extra information about the subject. As I say, the teacher was absent in the class. Who was absent? Teacher. And teacher is working as a subject in the sentence. And its extra information is told by a linking verb, absent. So we can say that linking verbs tell us about the extra information of a subject in the sentence. These are the basic function of a linking verb in English grammar. Apart from this, modal verbs as will, shall, would, should, must, ought to, can, could, these are the modal verbs. And modal verbs don't require second form or third form of the verbs. They always require the first form of the verb. They doesn't require ing form of the verb. They require only first form of the verb. If I say, I can read this book. I could read this book. I can read this book. This is referring to the present indefinite tense. I could read that book. It is referring to the past indefinite tense. I could have read. Remember, here I have used could, which is a modal verb. And I have told you with modal verbs we cannot apply the second form or third form of the verb. But here we are using third form of the verb. Why? Because it is have which is working with could. Here third form of the verb is not used according to could, but according to have. In the present perfect tense, have works as a helping verb and it requires third form of the main verb. So here in this sentence, due to the existence of have, we are using the third form of the verb. So we can say that if I say I could have, then here the main verb will be in the third form because it is the rule of present perfect tense. In case of present perfect tense, we use third form of the verb. So here the use of third form of the verb is according to have, not according to could. So at last we can say that helping modal verbs requires first form of the verb. They doesn't require second form or third form or ing form of the verb. They only require first form of the verb. If third form or second form are being used with the modal verbs, it means they have been used not for modal verbs but for have had, and have had both work as a main verb in the sentence. Main helping verb, and helping, the form of helping verb changes according to the tense. As in case of present perfect tense, we use has have, but in case of past perfect tense, we use had. Because third form of the have had is had. So we use had in case of present past perfect tense. So with modals, we can use third form of the verb if the use of have or had is authenticated in the sentence. So finally, we can say that with modal verbs, there can be only first form of the verb. There can neither be second form of the verb, ing form of the verb, and third form of the verb. Modals don't require these form of the verbs. They require only first form of the verb in the sentence. As I say, she will go to market. She will go to market. Here will. Will is working as a modal. And modal requires first form of the verb. So keep remember in your mind that modals don't require second form, third form, or ing form of the verbs. So we can say that in case of modals, we should be consistent to use only first form of the verb. But if they apply has, have, or had, then we can use third form of the verb in the sentence. Otherwise, we are bound to use only first form of the verb in case of modals. In the next, we want to discuss some facts of finite verb and non-finite verb. In case of finite verb and in case of infinite verb or non-finite verb, one thing is common, very common. Both work as a verb in the sentence, but the action of both differs from one another in the sentence. Because finite verb has some limitations, but infinite verbs or non-finite verbs has no limitation. Finite verbs the form of finite verb always changes, but form of infinite verb or non-finite verb doesn't change. So finite verb cannot become a subject in the sentence, while non-finite verb can become a subject in the sentence. Sometimes finite verbs work as a noun in the sentence. Finite verb cannot work as a noun in the sentence. Let me see what is remaining in this chapter. One thing is remaining here now. If a sentence is supposed to have more than one action, then what will we do? A sentence is supposed to have more than one action in a single sentence. Then what can we do? If a sentence, if two action, if two actions are supposed to occur in a single sentence, the action which will occur at the very first time, it will be kept it will be according to past perfect tense, and the action which would occur last, at the very last, its tense would be according to past indefinite tense. In simple words, we can say that when two actions are occurring in a single sentence, the first action which is supposed to occur in the sentence would run according to past perfect tense, and the second action would run according to past indefinite tense. As I say, the patient had died. The patient had died before the doctor came. The patient had died before the doctor came. The first action refers to the death of the patient, and another action refers to the coming of a doctor. It is the first incident which is supposed to occur in the sentence, the death of the patient, and the second incident which occur in the sentence, the coming of a doctor. So the first incident which is supposed to occur in the sentence would run according to past perfect tense, and the second action which would occur after the first incident would run according to past indefinite tense. So always remember, when two actions take existence in a single sentence, the first action would run according to past perfect tense, and the second action would run according to past indefinite tense. So we have seen students using prepositions unnecessarily in the sentences. So I want to eradicate all their confusions according to in case of preposition, where we can use preposition or where we cannot use preposition. For your kindest information, I want to introduce you with some facts, as transitive verbs never require any type of preposition. They need directly an object. There would be no need of a preposition between a verb and its object. The army attacked. For example, the army attacked. Some students will use here on, some students will use here upon, but the use of on and upon would be entirely wrong on this part, because we cannot use any type of preposition. Attack is a transitive verb, and it will require a direct object. So we can say that the army attacked enemies, not upon the enemies. If I say that army attacked upon the enemies or the army attacked on the enemies, the sentence would be wrong. Because attack is a transitive verb and transitive verb requires a direct object. So there would be no use of preposition in this sentence. So remember, when we write any type of sentence and when we use any type of verb in the sentence, so it is be cautious on this fact and see in the sentence whether a verb require an object or not. If it requires an object, if a verb requires an object, then please give it its object without using any type of preposition. If the used verb doesn't require any type of object in the sentence, it means here we cannot use a preposition. If I say he gave to me, this sentence is wrong. He gave to me. Give is a transitive verb and it would require its object without the use of preposition. So we can say he gave me. He gave me. Or we can say that if we are going to use a preposition, he gave me. He gave me. Now we can use what gave me? A pen. A pen would fall next after me. If we want to use a preposition, he gave a pen. Now, he gave a pen. Here, the sentence would require a preposition to connect two objects. The object of give. First, there is two objects. First, me and another pen. There is two objects. A verb is supposed to have two objects. First is primary and other is secondary. But if we use primary object in the sentence, no preposition will be used. He gave me. He gave me a pen. This sentence is right. But if I say he gave a pen, it is pen given by him. But whom did he give? Whom did he give? So to show relation, we would have to use preposition to. He gave a pen to me. We cannot say he gave a pen me. He gave a pen to me. Here preposition, the use of preposition is referring the fact that pen and me both show a relation, both show their relation. He gave a pen. Now here it is very necessary to show the relation of pen. Whom did he give? Whom did he give pen? Just in order to show relation, we would have to use preposition to in this sentence. So we can say that prepositions always show relation. It is the relation of noun or pronoun In the concluding part of this discussion, we can say that verbs always function according to sentence, according to tense, and according to tense their forms change. Nothing else is supposed to be remaining here, so I will meet in the next class. Thank you.